Okay.
Good morning to all. Welcome to today's session of FDP sponsored by AICTE and organized by the Department of Biotechnology, the Oxford College of Engineering. Today we have our guest speaker, Dr. Gopinath Rao. He is a Deputy Director at MSME Development Institute, the Government of India. He holds a BTech in Textile Engineering and has worked for 10 years in various private sectors, which includes Binny's, Siaram Textiles, Gokuldas Images, Shahi Exports, and it goes on. Later, he joined MSME Development Institute, Government of India, and is working in this department since 22 years. He has served in various northeastern India, states like Meghalaya, Shillong, and also in Haryana and Punjab. He has undergone various training under the sector, which includes ISO 9000, ZET schemes, export management, cluster development programs for MSME units, advanced packaging programs, project report preparation and appraisals, procedures for setting up of micro and small scale units, marketing management exclusively for MSME sectors, quality management, senior level cadre training program. He has also organized more than 200 training programs under MSME. He has organized national level and state level development programs exclusively for MSME units under marketing support. He has assisted more than 100 entrepreneurs in loan through scheme Market Link. Has undergone 14 days training in Indian Enterprise Development Service under IAS cadre system. Presently, heading Champions Portal Division and connecting all SMEs with banks, state governments, departments, industrial associations, NGOs, testing laboratories, and various central government departments. Sir, on behalf of the students, staff, management of the Oxford College of Engineering, I take it a privilege to welcome you to today's session for being our guest speaker. So welcome to this FDP session. So you may kindly start with the session, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you for introductions. Good morning, participants and the organizers of college. So it's good that nowadays, instead of giving information to only to students, now we have started with the faculties. So the faculties of the colleges mainly who are in touch with the students constantly, they need to upgrade their knowledge time to time, not only in their academic information, but also about the surroundings, the technology developments or industrial related activities. Because MSME, the micro, small and medium enterprises, is the most important sector in our Indian economy, and the role of these MSMEs plays a major role in shaping our economy and developing our economy and giving a wide range of opportunities. And it is the second sector which gives employment after agriculture. Nearly there are 6.5 crores of SMEs across India registered and providing employment around 11 to 12 or 13 crores employment. And the reason is employment. When you say about the employment, it is easy because even you can start the small scale industry with a 50,000 rupees investment to 50 lakh investment, because even as uneducated woman, illiterate, who doesn't know anything and he doesn't have a skill, he can start a similar one, small stitching, for example, tailoring person she can start, or paper based product or food based product. So easy to start. So it has got a great potential in setting up of industries and also the growth across the country. So there are more than 8,000 products in the MSME sectors. When I say MSME here, it includes all the sectors. Not only it is related to mechanical or chemical. It covers all the sectors, including textiles, handicrafts, manufacturing, precision components manufacturing, ceramic-based product manufacturing, chemical-based product manufacturing. So like that, it covers the entire sectors, and also it covers nearly 30% to 35% of GDP, and contributing nearly 45% of the total manufacturing output and 40% in the case of export. And there are certain uh, small scale industries or micro level industries, even they are exporting directly or through from other sources. They are also supporting for exports. It's also contributing considerably in the foreign exchange for our country. And in keeping this view, the importance of this sector, our ministry, the MSME ministry, have a lot of schemes to promote that and develop that sector. So the first one, what we are talking about, the financial. See, any MSME, when they want to start or when they want to expand their businesses, then they need the financial support. Here, financial support, what I mean, those are there are certain entrepreneurs who want to start initially. For them, they need a financial support. The first one, what we want to highlight here is the Prime Minister Employment Generation Program, that is PMEGP scheme, where the under that scheme, any entrepreneur, any candidate who wants to start industry, they can avail the loan up to 25 lakhs in the scheme. It is all online, and there is a subsidy under this scheme, 25 to 35% scheme. Under the scheme, you can get the subsidy. So only thing is you should have proper project reports and all other related documents like KYC norms, as you all are aware of in the bank sites what they need. And this is all online. That is a one scheme. Another one scheme we have Mudra scheme, where Mudra scheme is nothing but it is a loan up to 10 lakhs. In 10 lakh, up to 10 lakhs, there is a three categories. One is Shishu, Kishu, and Tarun. In the case of Shishu, it is a 50,000 rupees. Where the people they want to small trading business type, or taking the saris or other item manufacturers, and that's it. Fine. Can you hear me? Listening? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Sir, your voice is breaking.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir, now we can hear you.
So 50,000 to 5 lakhs, that is a Kishore, and 5 lakhs to 10 lakhs, another Tarun. So these three categories under one uh, Mudra scheme, you can avail the loan for setting up of industries or to start any businesses or any trade activities. Third one is Stand Up India, where the Stand Up India is exclusively for women entrepreneurs, SC/ST candidates. So here it starts from 10 lakhs to 1 crore. So these are the schemes, all are online available. These all schemes are available on online. And another one is the little bigger one is Credit Guarantee Fund for micro and small enterprises, where the micro and small enterprises can get the loan up to 2 crores without any collateral or a third party guarantees. And here there is what is the credit guarantee? That means it is a trust between MSME and then city. City means our Ministry of MSME. So they have formed the trust. In that trust, in the ratio of 4 is to 1, where four part of the portion will be covered by the MSME ministry and one portion will be city. So this trust will take care in case any MSME unit files to return the money once, suppose if they have taken the loan under this scheme, legitimacy scheme, one or the other reasons, MSME faces a lot of problems. Credit, lack of technology or marketing support. So there are so many factors which will affect the industries. Continuously, sustainability becomes a problem. In some other cases, it becomes an inevitable that the industry may go for closing. In that cases, the borrowing, the amount which you had borrowed from the nationalized bank, the MSME may not be able to return it. In that case, the trust will give the fund to banks. That means it is a kind of LIC policy type. So where you are insured, you are to pay every year the maintenance charge. And like that, here also there is a annual charge, annual fees for the outstanding, whatever every year you return it. Suppose if you are allotted 50 lakhs, 50 lakhs means every year you are paying the principal plus interest. And based on the 31st of March or 1st of January, you have to pay annual fees for the outstanding what is there on that day. That means these four schemes, that is PMHP, Mudra, and the Stand Up India and Credit Guarantee Fund scheme. So these four schemes mainly for MSMEs to avail the financial benefits under the scheme. And there is no collateral or third-party guarantee in this under these schemes. All banks are advised to do the loan under this scheme. So any entrepreneurs who want to start, they can go for this type, avail the benefits under the schemes. So why funding is required? Because all MSMEs need a constant flow of credit for their regular functioning. Because the sustainability of the industry requires a constant flow of fund and constant upgradation of the technology and constant upgradation in the marketing area. So these all the factors will affect the industry to maintain their sustainability. So this credit flow becomes very important. That's why these all the schemes will affect the industries. Now coming to the subsidy portion. See, giving a funding the MSMEs will not only serve the purpose, it also requires some kind of motivation type. Suppose the industry cannot be allowed to remain at the same level. They have to upgrade time to time. Unless you upgrade yourself, industries cannot progress. And it needs a technology upgradations. The technology is always getting a developed every moment across the globe. So industry should aware of all this new technology development. So, keeping the importance of this technology upgradation, the government has come out with a scheme called Credit Linked Capital Subsidy Scheme, where the unit which goes for technology upgradation will be given 15% subsidy to maximum 15 lakhs. That means maximum if the investment on plant and machinery is up to 1 crore, then MSMEs, that is micro and small enterprises, will get 15 lakhs directly under the subsidy. So this subsidy, how they are going to select the technology? It should be state-of-the-art technology. It should be new one, and these all technologies approved by the MSME ministry, where we have got 51 subsectors and products. And time to time, we are upgrading in our list also, depending on the request from the industry associations. We are adding the new technologies so that all the industries can make use of that technology. And there are only thing is this particular scheme, this credit linked capital subsidy scheme, is that the unit must have availed term loans from the MSME banks. And the here the two conditions is the this scheme is not applicable for existing equipment or technology. Suppose if the unit goes for replacement of the existing equipment or any technology which is already there in their system, you cannot get the subsidy for that. And also second one is second hand machinery are not allowed in these schemes. That means this particular scheme mainly focuses on technology acquisition. For example, CNC machines. The Earlier cases all are man-made, means manually operated lathe machines, turning machines. But now it has come CNC based, all are computer based industries. Even turning you do, lathe operations you do, everything now CNC based. It is programming, once you do it, automatically the machine will take care of the job and gives the precision, perfectly designed and calibrated product. Whatever the program you have done, exact product will get it without any deviation from the any fault. So this upgradation where there is no involvement of manual too much, there the programming is based on computer programming will help the product, we will help the machineries, and also this is for another kind of technology upgradation. So like that, in every sector there is a technology upgradations. For example, in the case of garment machineries, you have automatic button stitching machines, you have got a embroidery machines like that. In the case of wood industries, you have got a plain wood carving designs you can engrave on the wood with the help of computerized designs. So every way there is a technology applications. So with this to promote the industry to adopt this type of new technologies, this subsidy scheme is being developed in our ministries, where MSMEs are advised to take loan from the banks and then take the benefits. Uh, Another one scheme under the quality upgradation is, once we now we came to know that CCLCs. Another one is Z scheme, zero defect, zero effect. That means now come to the manufacturing side. In the manufacturing, a lot of products are being produced in the industries. Either the final product will be manufactured or intermediate products are manufactured in the industries. But whatever they do in the manufacturing place, they there should be reduction in the wastages. The main aim of this scheme is to reduce the waste by applying uh, techniques, the manufacturing techniques, so that the your waste is reduced. And when you reduce the waste means automatically you reduce the cost of production and increasing the productivity. So when you increase the productivity, automatically you will increase the market share. So when there is a conscious about the quality of the product by manufacturing, it becomes necessary that you have to concentrate on the financial implications also. So when you adopt new technology where the quality is reduced, quality becomes most important. In the case of when you want to become a vendors, vendors for the public sector units, then the quality of the product, that is the quality and also becomes very important. When the quality is become very important, your manufacturing process in the entire premises becomes very important, where you have to concentrate micro level and reduce the wastages substantially. So that means zero defect you are ensure. You have to ensure that zero defect is maintained in the production. And zero effect is nothing but it is the when you do the processing or manufacturing anything, you should not affect the environment. That is the main area. That's why our honorable Prime Minister in his speech during the Independence Day, they emphasized more on zero defect, zero effect or product for the MSME sectors. That's why this scheme came into the picture. So that's why this scheme has been formulated by our ministry, where we encourage the MSMEs to go for Z certification. Earlier, we are all aware of ISO 9000, ISO 14,000, 22,000, like that. These are various certificates, quality certificates. Aware that. In that case, now Z scheme is almost top level. It is more than all. So here we got what the units which are going to adopt the certifications, they will get subsidy for the in order to encourage the enterprises, micro and small enterprises. We are going to give subsidies. For example, 80% for micro level industries, 60% for small scale industry, and 50% for medium scale industries. So this is the at the same time you cannot have in the same level. Sometimes you want to hand only the unit which is having some lack in their process, they need a hand-holding support to make it some higher level and come to the main level. Then consultancy is required for that cases. Then you have to incur the expenditure. In that case also, the funding support will be given by the MSME ministry 80, 60, 15. So, so these all additional 10,000 if it is a MSME owned by SCST units. So like that, this is the scheme has been formulated for MSME sectors. You know, there are 5 level categories, 5 level of certificates in the case of Z certification. One is bronze, silver, gold, diamond, and platinum. So, bronze is the initial one, self certification. That means based on yours, whatever you are going to do in the packaging, based on the packaging certification, like you have put the mark on recycling mark, or that shows environmental consciousness, or some kind of the there is validity. This is a recycling. All these points when you post, I mean when you print it on the packet, on the packaging, the self certification itself will give the impression that you are very conscious about the quality as well as the environment. In that cases, the straight away you will get the bronze certificate. So next stage is not to go to silver, next silver, then gold, and then diamond, and then platinum. Platinum is the last one. These are world class level certifications. So you cannot come directly to Z platinum or diamond or gold. You have to enter through bronze. Okay, this is level one. Go to enter. Level two, level three, level four, level five. Like that, the graduation should be there. The reason is it's like you are appearing for LKG and then coming to the high school level, final 10th. That means graduation is there. So this way, how you are going to achieve the certificate, and the world class level is the platinum one, maximum. Okay. Now, coming to the how another type of industries, I mean schemes are helping the MSMEs. For example, the LPG liberalization, the privatization, and the globalization. This particular things which happened in 1991 or 90, where all the MSMEs, I mean, started facing the problems. That is challenges from the external forces like external foreign products into the Indian markets. So it was given around 15 years time to adjust themselves. That means now it's almost coming to 20 years, 2 decades now. Now, in that cases, the individual units cannot fight the take the challenges. So they because they need some kind of financial support or technology upgradations. In that case, the program was chalked out by the ministry, and it's called micro small enterprises cluster development program. That is, instead of focusing on instead of there are certain cases where the individual unit cannot fight or go for technology upgradation because of huge investment. In such cases, if the group of industries come together for a common cause, that will becomes the common infrastructures, common facilities, where all the units can come and use the facilities. For example, R&D, training centers, common facilities, which are being shared by all industries. In such cases, it's called cluster development programs, where the common facility centers which is required for all the industries will be provided by the MSME ministry, where funding support will be given, where the maximum support under this scheme is 20 crores, where 70% of the project cost will be given and 90% for common facility centers, which is where the industries which are more than 50% of micro enterprises or village industries are headed by women entrepreneurs or owned by the SC/ST units. So we are getting 90% support unit. In the case of general, it is a 70%. Common facilities is what? It is like a training program. I mean, storage places where finished product as well as for the raw material storage, laboratory, testing facilities, and then common wherever the common is required for all industries. That common place can be provided. Common facility center, that is called. Another is infrastructure loan, where we are going to give funding for infrastructures where 60% of the project cost will go. That means an industrial estate you want to do, you need to develop all other supporting elements like powering your power supply, road connections, water connections, sewage connections, all road developments, everything. That is infrastructure development. So where the fund will be given for that particular industrial estate up to 15 crores, where 60% is for the general project, 80% for the clusters where there is a 50% micro units are there in that particular industrial estate or SC/ST units owned or women owned project. Okay. Now this is about the cluster development programs, which is our industries in Karnataka. So there are 15 clusters, almost 15 to 16 clusters now, having all common facility centers spread across Karnataka, right from top Dy.Director till Mysore, till bottom of Karnataka. So this is the funding pattern, funding support what we are giving now. So for example, heat treatment product and shea clusters there in Bangalore, and then global puffer rice clusters. Recently we completed in Chitradurga, where the common facilitation is already over. Now it is about to start functioning. So printing clusters in Harohalli, around the 15 crores project where we have completed already. It's also functioning now, started functioning. So like that. So in all Karnataka, all over India, there are around 70 to 80 clusters are functioning. Okay. This is about this one. Now coming to the marketing support, how industries, the MSMEs need constant marketing support. See, whatever the manufacturing process they have, whatever the product they have, ultimately they need to have support from the government side, and under the marketing support. So the uh, public procurement policy is one of the policy being formulated by our ministry, where all public sector units need to procure minimum 25% of their annual requirement from the MSCs, micro and small enterprises only. Out of the 25%, 4% is from the only SC/ST entrepreneurs. Another, out of that, 3% only from the women entrepreneurs. So this is the mandatory from the MSCs. That means all the ministries, departments, PSUs, they must procure minimum 20. That is one part of the supporting for the MSCs, where MSCs, micro and small enterprises, get the constant marketing support from the PSUs. That means in a whole year, you can get the constant orders like BHL, BEML, HAL, Bharat Electronics, DRDO, ISRO, Railways. So today we have one vendor meet at 11 o'clock. So where I have to attend now immediately. From 11 to 2, we have arranged one vendor meet where across around 137 SME units have registered for the program online, and we are going to register that vendor, these small and micro enterprises as a vendors for Indian Railways. That is RSDO, sorry, at Lucknow branch. Okay, this is through all India level we are doing. So this is another kind of support for the MSMEs. And out of that, there are another 350 items exclusively reserved for procurement from MSMEs. There are 358 items have reserved only for micro and small enterprises. That is also one of the marketing support we give. Another one is 15% price preference. That means when any PSUs float tenders, then most of the industries apply tenders, including medium scale and large scale industries, for the supply of goods and services to the any ministry or PSUs. In that cases, if the L1 is the large scale industry or quoted an L1, and within three L1, L2, L3, if any of the micro and small enterprises quotes 15% more than the L1 cost, less than 15%, L1 plus 15%, then the MSMEs are also eligible to get an order up to 25% now. It is now 25, now it's 25%. Subject to that, MSME has to come to that level L1 price. Then 25% of that order quantity will be given to the MSME. This is also compulsory. That means you have a 25% reservation and PSU, and 358 items reservation from the procurement of agencies, and 25% from the under price preference from the. Uh, so this is another. Now, in order to promote the design clinic, that is, designing is very important. Where you say all MSMEs need to develop designs, because any product which you sell in the product in the market need to have a correct and attractive designs, because design over a period of time strategy is very important, because the marketing mainly depends upon your the designing, color, packaging, every factors will count for the marketing. So in order to develop, this is the most important sector where we are going to support the MSMEs who is going to adopt design strategies. The implementing agencies, National Institute of Designs, Ahmedabad, Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, and CSIR, New Delhi. So here the funding for the professions, that design clinic professions are there, where they require a funding support. In that cases, we are going to give 15 lakhs to 40 lakhs, ranging from micro and the small scale industries, 75% to 65%. Even we are giving a funding project for students, where we are going to give 1.5 lakhs or final year students who are going to take up the design clinic. Up to 75% we are going to reimburse the reimbursement of expenses. And these are some of the designs have been developed by some of the colleges, where you can see that. And then another point is incubations. You know, incubator is very important. See, everybody has got a unique thinking. Everybody thinks for the development of their own life or any industries, anything you want. So innovation is nothing but it depends upon your ideas, new ideas. What is a new idea? Suppose any product, if you are already there, or any concept is being converted into new ideas, where you have to nurture that ideas and production of new product, that leads to new products, production of new products, and it can be finally taken to commercialized. So that's why how the idea starts, depending upon the situation, depending upon the opportunities, one can generate their own ideas. So finally it can be commercialized and finally hit the market. So like that, to encourage that innovation, our industry is called incubation scheme, where we are going to give 1 crore for the institutions for making the better infrastructures, engineering colleges, reputed technical institutions approved by our DC and SME, they are going to get the funding support up to 1 crore. So where you can give, develop a infrastructure so that industry, students can make use of this opportunity and generate their own ideas. And each idea will be give 15 lakhs per idea. Suppose if they generate 10 ideas, almost 1.5 crores will be given. So across India, we have around 200 plus business incubations or post institutions across India. In Karnataka, we have got around 12 institutions. Just it's all the list of business incubators approved by our DCMSME. Okay, and incubation financial support for the last 3-4 years, what we have given incubations, and what are the ideas they given. Still, we have to update latest also. We are trying to get the information from the corresponding colleges. Once we get it, we'll update the things. Another one is intellectual properties. Once you have your own ideas or new ideas, it should be protected. Otherwise, somebody will copy it and they will become the owners. So, original owner should be given proper protection, and to prevent the stop others from making use of his ideas and importing without any prior application. That is patent. Patent is very important. IP or intellectual property rights for MSMEs. This is one is patent, another is geographical indication, where it is a characteristics of the goods. It is associated with the characteristic of the goods, especially when you say the Badgi chili in Badgi in Karnataka. The chili is having a very good flavor, taste, and everything because of its length, and then because of its appearance. It's only particularly in that region that characteristic of the goods is achieved. So other places it is not possible to achieve. For example, Tirupati Laddu. that taste what you get, you can't get it any other way. That is a geographically indicated. That means it is mainly original from that particular place. For example, Mysore Malige flower or bitternut, and like that, there are so many, about 35 to 40 GAV recognized products in Karnataka. So, like that, is also one of the way where you are going to protect your products from the MSMEs. So, under that, we have got some mean reimbursement schemes where for domestic patent, if you apply, you will get 1 lakh rupees reimbursement. If you get a foreign patent, like US, you get a foreign patent, then you get a 5 lakh rupees. And GI registration, which you register, you will get a 2 lakh rupees. And for a trademark, very important. Any product you sell in the product, you should have some trademarks or logo where the customers, and at the end of their use, they come to know they depend mainly on the logos. So that will carry in their mind. So when you say the name of the any product, that first name comes into the picture in their mind. So like that, the trademark should be very strong, so that their marketing becomes very easy. In that case, the trademark is also in a part where to increase the market share. So in this case, the government of India will reimburse around 10,000 rupees for taking the trademark certificate. And also we have IP facilitation centers, where intellectual property facilitation center, where up to 1 crore we can give for setting up of the FC. And lean manufacturing is another area where the manufacturing cost, no, we have to reduce the manufacturing cost. This is what we are all uh, previously we slides, where we mention manufacturing techniques, how to reduce the cost, how to reduce the waste, how to maintain the discipline in the manufacturing side. So there are main techniques like 5S, Poka Yoka, and just in time, Kanban. So these are some of the technologies which have been, techniques which have been adopted in the manufacturing area. For example, just in time, JIT. That means whatever the product is required, whatever the production is to be required, according to that one only you have to bring the inventories. Inventory level has to be maintained in such a level that they should not cross, because inventory also costs you idle. So there should not be more investment, I mean, on the inventory side. So at the same time, when a product is manufactured, you cannot store it for a long time. It should be dispersed immediately. It should be sold in the market immediately. That means you have to maintain the balance, strike the balance in all these three areas. One is the input, another is production, another is the output side. So this entire thing balance to this manufacturing techniques. So in order to encourage the adoption of this type of techniques, MSMEs need some kind of consultants. There are so many consultants. They can give, they can train the MSMEs to go for the adopting this type of techniques, and they can reduce the production. So I mean, they can reduce the wastages, but they will charge more. So for consultant, what you need, 36 lakh rupees per mini class. There we need minimum 6 to 10. In that case, MSMEs are required, where they can go for hiring the consultants. Okay. So another one is, this all the area where India, I know the group of industries, we are getting the consultant through this lean manufacturing techniques. And procurement manufacturing marketing support. There's uh, another one is procurement marketing support, where the MSMEs need marketing support, as without public procurement policy is there. Another area is domestic trade base, international trade base. Many of the industries, they take part in the domestic trade fair to increase their marketing linkages, uh, to give I mean, their new product into the marketing line, to identify the buyers. These are all the ideas. By keeping that in mind, the domestic trade fairs exhibitions normally take place. In that cases, too, all the MSMEs who participate in the trade fairs will be giving financial support, like stall rent we are going to reimburse, or any other contingency expenditures like travel, publicity, freight charges. All this will be reimbursed. So international also same thing. In the case of SCSD, it will be 100%, and for women entrepreneurs it's also 100%. So finally, it's a national awards. Ultimately, once all the industries get recognized for their achievement, it will be recognized through proper entrepreneurs, so that the first prize, second prize, normally all these national awards will be there, and it will be awarded for the based on the various categories: outstanding efforts in entrepreneurship, outstanding efforts in entrepreneurship, movements, and manufacturing, services, innovations. There are various categories you can see. Under that, it will be selected based on the set of questions will be given, and accordingly, all these jobs officially with supporting documents will be verified by the state level clearing committee as well as for the national level clearing committee, and it will be selected based on the marks, and finally it will be announced first prize, second prize. So accordingly, national award also will be given on one of the days where the or government top level officials. Now, coming to the procedure for MSMEs, any MSMEs want to start industry should be registered. Udyam-registrations.gov.in. That is the portal where you have to register. Now you know MSME has been definition has been redefined. That is, one is both manufacturing and service sector has been included. Both are equal. Now the investment part has also been revised, where the investment on plant and machinery up to 1 crore, and where the turnover component also be included up to 5 crore. It is called micro industries, and where the investment on plant and machinery up to 10 crores, and where the turnover is on up to 50 crores, it's called small scale industry. Where the investment on plant and machinery is up to 50 crores, and where the turnover is up to 250 crores, it is called a medium scale industries. So this is the definition or new definition of MSME set. This one, of course, the MSME is very important sector in our economy, and it is giving employment, it is giving foreign exchange support, it is giving a society security for all the peoples, and it is also giving a support to various backward areas also. Bangalore is the most developed state, I mean district in Karnataka, and there are others part of the districts where there is no development at all. In such case also, the MSME plays important. In that case also, the government identifies the land to give the uh, place for establishment of MSME sector in those area. For example, be the Balcott or be Belgaum or some, these are backward some areas where we encourage the entrepreneurs to set up industries. The government is coming up with the various incentive schemes like power subsidy, income tax subsidy, and then registration stamp duty subsidies, and then infrastructure facility subsidies. So like the various subsidies when you are given, no, then you are encouraged to start industries, so that the development also should be given. That means uniformly the development growth should be there across all the state or across India. That is the main idea how the entrepreneurs should take the advantages. So the MSME is most important because you cannot start the large scale or medium scale industries as and when wherever they possible, because whereas in the case of MSMEs, micro and small enterprise, it is easy to start. Even in backward area also, with a minimum investment, we can start the industries where we can give around 4 to 5 people employment. So employment opportunity can be solved through this establishment of MSMEs in backward area also. So in India, it requires the most important is establishment of MSMEs in backward area will definitely help to reduce the unemployment opportunities, because the present, because of pandemic and corona, we all know that most of the some of the people lost their jobs, some of them in the verge of losing their jobs because of the marketing support. There is no funding support. So in that case, these microns are increasing the micron with credit flow across the sector will definitely boost the marketing support, and also to make a sustainable activities, and which will increase the employment opportunities more and more. So keeping this, the government has come out recently with Atmanirbhar schemes, where it's called self-reliant. So under that packages, you have got 3 lakh crores, where the government, most of the MSMEs are giving funding support up to 20% of their outstandings as of February, and also another scheme called Fund of Fund, where the MSME is having a great potential to growth. In that case, the government will give a investor like a public sector. Like in public sector, you can see there is an investment portion, there is an equity portion given by the government from the government side. Similarly, in the case of MSMEs, government is also trying to enter into that to encourage MSMEs. fund of fund. That is also they are trying to do that. Second one is subordinate schemes where there are certain units which is which has become NPA or which has taken a restructured. In such case, this funding support also be given to those industries also under Atmanirbhar MSME schemes. So another to protect the MSMEs or to increase the MSMEs is the registration in GEM portal, that is government e-marketing. Whereas GEM portal is a portal which has been developed by the government, where the central government, where under all MSME purchases, all the MSME ministries, all ministries, departments, they must procure through only GEM, not in open. It should be only through GEM portal they should procure. So again, more support has been given for the MSMEs. That means here in GEM portal, MSMEs, that is micro and small enterprise, has to register as a seller. There are more than 10,000 products are there in the GEM portals. So all the to register in the portal. That is the most important. That will increase the marketing support GEM. And another one scheme is called trade schemes, where if there is buyers and sellers, once the micro and small enterprises supplies goods and services to buyer, there is a delay from the buyer side to give the funding for the MSMEs. Till that, what is the problem? I mean, then there will be problem for MSMEs to continue their businesses. In such cases, they can log into trade scheme, trade portal, trade receivable e-discount system, TREDS. In that cases, the micro and small enterprises, once they're registered in that one, the bankers are there in the portal. They will discount the bill, they subsidize some rate, at the subsidies lowest interest rate. So the seller, who is the micro and small enterprises, can select the bank as per his choice, depending on the rate of interest, and can give the bill. Once the buyer approves the quality and quantity in return, automatically the buyer bill will go to financiers, where the financiers will release the fund within 1 or 2 days in the support, so that they can keep the activity continued without depending upon the buyer side or release of the fund. The buyers and the bank financiers, they will take care for taking the fund from the buyer side. That means these are all the schemes are necessary for MSMEs. The role of MSMEs is very important. That's why the government is making all these schemes which will enable the MSMEs to sustain and then continue their businesses for a long time. So I think with this, I have to close my, because another 11 o'clock I have got one more meeting there with the Indian Railways. I think any question is there, the members may be are advised to us. Madam, anything is there? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, anything is there? Can you, any questions, anything is there? This is what I wanted to highlight them, because
Yes, there is one question.
yeah, yes, please.
So the question is, what are the challenges faced by MSME entrepreneurs in India?
What are the challenges being faced by MSME
Entrepreneurs in India.
in India? See, the first one is the challenges after this. See, there are, in general, I have to say, one is the credit support from the financial side. Credit supply is not so much satisfactory, but it needs to be upgraded. One, another is lack of skilled laborers. Skilled laborers is the most important, because if you don't have a proper skilled laborers, then the problem will start. You have to train them, reskill the existing entrepreneurs, I mean, reskill the existing employees. That also possibility. Availability, non-availability of skilled labor, that's also a problem. And then upgradation, technology upgradation takes a lot of time. And then availability of raw materials, especially we are in the case of recent pandemic, we have come to know that where we are standing actually. In the case of pharmaceutical industry, you must be knowing about 70% of active API ingredients which is required for pharmaceutical industry are dependent on China. We don't have suitable support So we are now under the Atmanirbhar, we are trying to encourage more and more Indian industries to adopt, become self-reliant by taking the availing the technology. So this takes a time. So these are the small, these are all the problems normally the industry will face. And as far as the documentation wise, the clearances from various departments, it will not take much time, but it will take time depending upon the documents submitted by the entrepreneur side.
Sir, for the students,
Yes.
after finishing their final year, if they want to start their small scale entrepreneurship, so what is the norm, sir? Or shall they can they start their venture when they are in the final year?
Yes, they can start. Only
What is the
depends on
norm?
your. Only thing is you should have a proper the what do you call project report. Very good project report should be having, and once the project report is clear and it is having a good support, ability is there, then it is possible to support through financial links, as I said, mentioned about the various financial schemes.
So directly they can apply it to you, right?
They can apply it online, PMEGP online.
So there is no the thing like you should call and then they should apply. Throughout the year, you will be receiving the play, right?
See, you can apply online first. Before that, what are the documents is required, you can discuss with the MSME or DIC and then apply online.
Sir, if the faculty want to start MSME,
Hmm.
what is the norm, sir?
Faculty.
Ah,
No, whether faculty or a student, there is no norm like that. They should have proper project reports. That's
so
the main.
being employed in an institute, we can also apply. No issue in it.
You can apply, you can start it. There is nothing because in private there is no problem. I don't feel because they in government we can't do, but in
Yes.
a private side you can start small business because you need see there is a difference between the government and the private sectors. So in that cases, no, if you are in certain level, there are criteria should be there. For example, in your colleges, if you want to start, you should get a clearance from your management side,
Yes. Yes.
like that. It's like that it should be there. No?
And if any biotechnology students want to start their startup in your MSME sector, do they get financial assistance and infrastructure facility?
No, that's what. First, let them come out with the proper project report. Then I
Okay.
can tell you. Unless it is
Okay.
there, project. See, finance is there. Finance is general. They in the financial schemes. They don't mention specifically only this is for this sector, this sector. We don't mention like that. It is a purely on project report how it is viable and how many employments you are going to give for that under that project. How you are going to return the fund to the bankers once you avail the benefits. That's the things we want to highlight. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So thank you, shall I leave, sir? Because 11 o'clock
Yes,
there is.
sir. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. I think we need to discuss more with you. Uh, Probably I would like to invite you for our next phase also. Please give your consent. We have third phase from March 29 to April 10th.
Uh,
During that time, fresh batch of faculties will be joining us to
yeah,
get trained. So I request your kind consent to be one of the speaker during those days also.
definitely, sir. So whatever is there from my side, we'll and also including, you see, this is the rental scheme and the role of MSMEs, all the things we will going to tell. And I particularly I wanted to highlight on how to prepare a project report, what are the projects are available, how to do it, and how to take it forward with the bankers. That is the most important link that one has to know it. Faculty should know it all those things.
Yes, sir.
But once
Yes,
they
sir.
know it, no, I think the MBA students, all I think the faculty they all know about all those things. Will need little touch with the as per the banker side. From
Yes,
the
sir.
banker perspective, it should be good, not a
Sir,
general.
you can take up that task in your next talk.
Yeah.
So that will be more useful for our faculty members.
Okay, sir, definitely.
And if you are free on Monday, then we would like to invite you on Monday only.
So we'll tell you, sir, because there is another plan we have already made next week. On
Okay.
first or second week, you can think of that is April.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Right, sir.
Okay. Anything is there? That's all. No?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. On behalf of the Department of Biotechnology, Oxford Engineering College, I extend a heartfelt gratitude
Thank
to
you.
you to have accepted and delivered an informative talk. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to share my views and the schemes of MSME with all your faculties. And we hope you will. It was a good, and then you will any queries there, any clarification you need, please send me a mail, and I will try to answer your call. Okay. Thank you once again.
Thank